Here we are, the Belmont Plateau. This is in Fairmount Park. Over there is the Please Touch Museum. And we're gonna be doing a little scootski-wootski in a minute. I don't think I enjoyed this view by like standing outside. I drove by a car and I drove past this, but this may be one of the best views of the city. I love it. And right here is up here. This is the Belmont Plateau, made famous in the song Summertime by Will Smith, who Will Smith also has a street named after him. It's called Will Smith Way. We'll be checking that out. Not in this scoot. It's some other scoot in the future. Look at that. Ain't that nice? Ooh, I don't know. It smells like a calendar shot right here. Right, now I got it centered. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. All right, so this is the Belmont Mansion. All right. It's also... Hello. Oh, I was just looking at the mansion. I'm an architect dork. Yeah. Is the museum open? Yeah, so this is one of the mansions in the park in Philadelphia. And it's also the Underground Railroad Museum. Oh man, it's a beautiful building. And you got a great view of the city. Huh. Wow, what a beautiful building. I met a nice guy who runs the museum. If I have time, maybe I'll pop in there on my way back. I want to go check out the Japanese house. There's a house in this park. This is Fairmount Park. And also, big time history. The very first music video Will Smith ever filmed with like the old lady and the graffiti. I don't think that's parents just don't understand. But anyway, it was filmed inside there because it was like in an abandoned building. And it's been fixed up. It's now a museum of the Underground Railroad. All right. This is the Horticultural Center. The Japanese house is in the Fairmount Park. I think it's right up here. They have to limit access to the Japanese house. It was recently some jerk-off broke in to the Japanese house and broke it. And I think the story is the house, we call it the Japanese house. Get this, it's from Japan. How exciting. This is unscooted land. Look at this. This thing is called the Journeyer. Kind of resembles Slender Man. Remember that thing? Whatever that was a thing. It was a craze. If you go across this part of the park, I think they call it the Centennial District. Back in 1876, they had a whole bunch of buildings they built for America's centennial birthday. They had all these markers on display. The Centennial, it was the 100th birthday coming up soon. Next year, America will turn 250. And we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna fix up this fence here. That's what Philadelphia is doing right now. Next year is going to be a big party. And so what you do before guests come to your big party is you where the hell's this Japanese house? You clean up the big house party. And I took a gamble. I wanted to see if the cherry blossom trees were doing their thing. And we got some. I'm a little early. But I would say next week or the week after, that is probably prime time cherry blossom action. Yeah, you can't really get a good view. It's closed today. Uh-oh. Today's Monday. Oh, did I choose poorly? Oh, did I choose so poorly? Oh, here we go. I chose wisely. What movie? Yeah, you come here next weekend, or the week, I think you're going to have to do it next weekend, maybe the weekend after this, and you're going to have nothing but people taking pictures of trees. How exciting. Ooh, look at this. Mysterious river going into the Japanese house. This is pretty awesome right here. And like I said, you can take tours of the houses. I think it's $15. They tell you the history inside of it. And I believe it's part of, this is like part of the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Right? Who else is thinking Karate Kid 2? Right? You knock over the bridge. You have the fight on the island. Every time I come here, that's what I think about. We'll go check out. This is the Please Touch Museum. And this was actually home of the Centennial exhibit for the United States back in 1876. If you go inside the Please Touch Museum, it's geared towards like toddlers and little kids. And they have, actually, you know what they have? The arm of the Statue of Liberty. France made like a mock-up. The artist who made the Statue of Liberty, he made a mock-up of the Statue of Liberty's arm, and they had that arm on display at the Centennial exhibit, and that arm is in here. There's a TV show that I grew up with, so kids today have no idea about this TV show. It's called Captain Noah. And Captain Noah and his Ark are on display. No, well, Captain Noah is not on display here. He's dead. But his set is on display. They also have like a tiny grocery store where little kids can walk around with shopping carts. But it's a magnificent building. You can't smoke or vape inside the Please Touch Museum. But if you look at the lampposts, these were probably gas lamps back in 1876. They have this whole space in front of the museum that I think these people donated to get the Please Touch Museum in this space. It moved here in like the last, I don't know, 15 years. These are incredible. These giant Pegasus were built for the Opera House in Vienna. When they were built, they were too big for the Opera House, so the Vienna government ordered both of these giant Pegasus to be melted down. A guy with the last name Gratz, and Gratz is there's a school named after Gratz. A guy from Gratz saw these things. He said, you know what, cuz, how about we ship these over to the United States and we'll pop them in front of the Please Touch Museum. I don't think he said that because that's not what it was called, but there they are, giant Pegasus. So Gratz just got these giant Pegasus pretty much for the Centennial exhibit and donated them to Fairmount Park. And it's 250 years, well no, it would be 150 years later. They're still here. They're big, dude. They're big. Big AF. And we're not too far from the Please Touch Museum. This is called the Welsh Fountain. And they have a little thing talking about the past of the Welsh Fountain. How exciting. And this is pretty much what they used to do, is they had water in this fountain. And here is where I'm standing now. And you look, there were, in these mounds, there were statues on display. And now they're not there, cuz. Well, this fountain kicked ass, too. I don't know if it's a fountain in the summertime. I don't mess with this part of Philadelphia, basically because I hate driving here. I hate the traffic to get here. I never go to Belmont Plateau. I think this is considered... Yeah, I think this is considered West Philly, and I don't mess with these parts. We're coming up to the Civil War Monument. Franklin, Patterson, Baxter, Bowman, Wistar. Oh, these are historic names. Reynolds. That's the gentleman who was killed at, I think it was the Battle of Gettysburg. He has a statue at Philadelphia City Hall. These are the whispering benches of Fairmount Park. Used to be a dude. Yo, there's a guy. Let me do him proper. I forget that dude's name. I've been looking for it for like 10 minutes. There's a guy who used to have a basic cable show on CN8, which is a basic cable channel in Philadelphia, and he would walk around it was kind of like the beginning of a Philly captain, and he would just go to interesting places in Philly that I never knew about, and one of the places was this bench. And if you whisper at this part of the bench, if you whisper here, and you just say a little bit, the sound travels all the way to the other side of the bench. If anybody knows who I'm talking about, give that man his proper due. The OG Philly captain, who's still around. I think he still writes books on the history of Philadelphia. Pennsylvania Civil War Memorial is right here. This is pretty big. I think this is bigger. Oh, this could be bigger than any monument they have at Gettysburg. Humphreys, White, Biddle, McAllister. Biddle, that's the guy who ran the second bank. We have this eagle. And you got the two guys all the way up there. I have a bunch of names written on the wall here. Again, these lamps were probably gas lamps back in 1876. Or maybe it could have been electrical lighting. I think they had electrical lighting. Did they have electrical lighting in 1876? I'm not sure. Let me know. Did they have electrical lighting at our centennial display? There's another house right up here, part of the Fairmount Park. Ooh, man, I'm booking. I'm doing a good 12 miles an hour. Back there, that's the Civil War Monument. You go over here, this is I think it's called the Cedar Grove home, built in 1750. I think this house used to be like in the neighborhood of Frankfort, and they transferred it here. We got a sign. We're gonna answer all the questions that nobody's been asking. And then in 1926, someone donated the house to the city of Philadelphia and the Museum of the Philadelphia Museum of Art. And they hired architects to move this building here to Fairmount Park. So what you're looking at is the Cedar Grove home to 5 generations of Quakers who lived in the Philadelphia area in the early 1800s. This house used to be a farm in the neighborhood of Frankfort. This is a picture of the house in its original location in the neighborhood of Frankfort. This is so cool. By 1888, the area around Frankfort became too industrialized, and it was no longer a peaceful retreat. So the family who owned this house moved to Chestnut Hill, and they developed the Morris Orbitorium. So this house was built in 1721. which means back in the 1776 days, this building existed, which means there is a good possibility that John Adams, George Washington, right? Lafayette, anybody who was anybody, probably saw this building, not here in Frankfurt. And apparently when they moved every piece of this house, everything was numbered. The hinges, the things to hold the hinges, the mantle above the fireplace, everything was numbered. And it was, that's pretty neat. I would like to go in here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. A house from Frankfurt in Fairmount Park. So you got the Japanese house, you got the Cedar Grove house. Back there, I think there's the mansion called the Sweet Briar Mansion. We started at the Belmont Plateau Mansion. So if you're one of those architect dorks, I highly recommend Fairmount Park. Uh-oh, we're trapped, hon. We're never getting out. We're stuck here forever. This is probably the worst place I've ever scooted. Oh, we're dead. I just gotta get past this railroad bridge. There we go. We're alive. Thank you, friend. Thank you for not killing me. I appreciate that. Hello, friend. Oh, there's a dog. Oh, there goes a biker guy. There, oh, Jesus Christ, that's a pile of mud. Look at that. Beautiful. Scenic. Where am I? Oh, I'm on Martin Luther King Drive. Okay. Well, at least there's a trail here. Not really sure where I'm going. Gonna try to make it back to the Belmont Plateau. See, I don't see a sign for the Belmont. Oh, Belmont. It's that way. Okay, we'll go that way. I'm gonna check out the Schuylkill River on this side. That should be fun. We're gonna do that before we get hit by a car. That'd be fun. Yeah, Philadelphia used to have, I'm not even sure if we do it anymore. We used to have a pretty big regatta that would happen on this river, the Schuylkill River. Oh, there's a turtle sitting on the, live action. That is a turtle on a log. Oh, does that get me excited? Oh, he jumped in the water. He said, screw you. He heard the call of the wild man. Anybody ever watch that show? It's the best. Oh, could this make the calendar? It could. So yeah, a lot of the college teams, there's actually a seating area over there. And if you go down this way, that's Boathouse Row, and that's where all the colleges have their, row teams. That's where they practice and store their stuff. This is the Belmont pumping station. They would pump water, and it would probably get into West Philly and that Centennial area. We're going to go this way. Start heading back to the plateau. Over here, this is the Belmont Stables. Not the... Is the Belmont Stakes, is that near Baltimore? I think that's near Baltimore. This is... The stable was built in 1936. I didn't realize how many historic... Well, I don't... it's just a stable. Is it really... it's cool looking. But is it historic? I don't know. I don't smell horse. Oh, I smell horse. There you go. I don't see horses. Pretty cool. You have a lot of buildings like this in like Fishtown. There's an old stable. And it's actually like an apartment building now. I don't know how they get rid of the horse smell. Well, that's how they get the hay. Hey! That's how they get the hay up there. Alright, no horses. We're out of here. Huh? Am I risking my life for this shot to drive on highway traffic to show you guys flowers? I sure am. Hit the like button, cuz. Springtown! is on my mind. I can't get that stupid song out of my head. I don't even like that song. I like the group. I hate that song. Flowers blooming all the time. There it is, flowers. All right. Belmont is this way. This stinks. Look at this old bridge. Going in this direction. This is the old trolley powerhouse. There was a whole trolley system that went around Fairmount Park. If you walk the trails of Fairmount Park, you could find some of the old trolley tunnels and explore them. But this was the old power station today, or whatever. Something with the trolleys was here. Yeah, it's called the Trolley Powerhouse, and it was built in 1896. Here we are! Hello, friend. Please don't hit me. The gamble definitely didn't pay off. I thought maybe you come down here on a Tuesday afternoon and you get to see all the trees in bloom before all the social media jerk-off showed up. And the trees didn't get the memo. Some of them did. Like this guy, he just read it. He's starting to bloom for me. So that means this weekend. Oh, it's supposed to be cold though. Tomorrow. 60 degrees right now. Christ. This is it. If you go in this direction, I think that's where the Man Music Center is. It's where my very first viral moment happened with Flo Rida. You believe Buster won't play Flo Rida every hour on the hour? He's such a big fan base in Philadelphia. This is the Montgomery Creek wetland. You go down here. I think if you go down in this trail, somewhere around here there's a trail called the Trolley Trail. And if you follow the trolley trail, it will take you to the old trolley tunnel. And it just recently got restored. I saw the trolley tunnel about 2 years ago. It was in bad shape and the city just fixed it up. It's a cool little hike if you haven't gone there. Here it is. The Belmont Plateau. And they have more cherry blossom trees than the Japanese house. So, and they have a better view of the city. Springtime! Oh, I hate that song. All right. Well, I appreciate you joining me on this little scoot. If you can, please hit like, please hit subscribe. Don't forget to check out my merch at Hog Island Press. I have a Patreon. You can sign up for that, get early previews and bonus videos and a postcard. And the cameos. I can do cameos, cuz. Go Birds.